Morning, can I help you?
I don't know, can we help you? Do you live here? Property it is, but I appreciate you giving me the go-ahead.
On July 28, 2022, in Phoenix, Arizona, a day of geocaching for YouTuber Joshua Lloyd took an unexpected turn. While filming his treasure hunting escapade along 19th Avenue, his activities attracted the attention of local authorities, leading to an encounter with Officer Philip Fortuna and his partner, identified only by badge number 8632. This ordinary day swiftly transformed into a critical examination of public rights and police interactions. As Lloyd walked the area, his presence and filming, seemingly innocuous to him, caught the attention of a passerby. Concerned or puzzled by Lloyd's activities, this individual placed a call to the local authorities, prompting a police response to Lloyd's geocaching endeavor. The tranquility of Lloyd's treasure hunt was soon interrupted by the arrival of law enforcement.
I'm not going to leave it here
Ooh.
just running. So let's get a hold of
Really?
boss and we'll find out if for safekeeping. Otherwise, somebody's going to make off with this thing.
Yeah.
Officers Philip Fortuna and his partner, known only by badge number 8632, arrived at the scene with a mission to investigate the call. Their approach was methodical, a standard procedure for responding to reports of suspicious activity in a neighborhood. As they stepped out of their patrol car, their eyes were fixed on Lloyd, who was still engrossed in his activity, unaware that his adventurous pursuit had escalated into a matter of public concern.
Okay. Have you been allowed to use the car?
I live with her, yes, and I'm allowed to use the car, hence
Okay.
the reason why I have it.
Okay. All right. Well, we're going to do some research, find out whose property that is. You got your name, your information. If it turns out that it is private property, then I'll author a report for trespassing.
I don't think it
And-
would be
Well,
private
I
property
don't-
because what I was doing
No,
was a
listen to your
public
statement.
event. So
Josh,
you guys never even
Josh,
asked
listen to
me.
your statement. I don't think. That's why I'm going to find out for sure whose property.
Okay,
it
you
belongs to.
go ahead for sure.
Okay. Well, I'll do it later. Again, here's the thing. I don't need your permission to check out whose property it is, but I appreciate you giving me the go-ahead. All right, we'll look into that. That's
Can I have your name and badge number?
That's
Your card?
8632.
The officer's arrival marked a shift in the atmosphere. From a leisurely treasure hunt, the situation evolved into an interaction charged with curiosity and apprehension. Lloyd, realizing that he had become the subject of police attention, paused his geocaching. He greeted the officers, who inquired about his actions. With his camera still rolling, Lloyd explained his hobby, but the officers seemed unconvinced. Their focus quickly turned to Lloyd's parked car, raising questions about its presence in the area. This initial encounter set the stage for a deeper exploration of public rights and legal boundaries. Lloyd, a citizen engaging in a harmless recreational activity, found himself at the crossroads of community vigilance and police duty. As the officers probed into the details of Lloyd's geocaching activities and his parked car,
You know, hold on. Before you go and give me the lecture, how about this? Before you come up all hard ass on somebody, how about before you come up all hard ass on somebody, you ask them what they're doing?
Use profanity, Josh. Just tell me what you're trying to make known to me.
You could ask me simply at the very beginning, very nicely, hey, what are you doing?
Josh, do the research and find out whose property you're on because you may be breaking the law.
It's public property, I can
Well,
tell you
you're
that.
Stating that as a fact.
I am. I'm stating it as a fact because I like fucking with you guys.
the encounter transformed into a scrutiny of the thin boundaries separating innocent public activity from behavior perceived as suspicious. Officer Fortuna inquired about the vehicle, a query Lloyd perceived as an encroachment on his rights. The officer's curiosity about whether someone was inside the car led Lloyd to offer a look inside, albeit with a clarification that entering the vehicle would require his explicit consent. The dialogue took a pivotal turn when the topic of public versus private property surfaced. Lloyd confidently asserted that he was on public property, citing the presence of state-issued signs and electrical access as indicators. His assertion was met with skepticism from the officers, who pondered the possibility of the area being private property. Lloyd, firm in his stance, challenged this notion, emphasizing the lack of signage that would typically demarcate private spaces. As the officers contemplated checking Lloyd's vehicle, the discussion veered into the legal nuances of vehicle searches. Lloyd was quick to draw a distinction between a plain-view search, which he permitted, and an actual entry into his car, which he did not.
On you.
That's nice.
Okay. Is that your car?
That is my car.
Okay. Well, if it is public,
I mean, I would figure it's public. You have electric access here.
is
You
that
have
public
you have a
property?
you
Is
have
that
a
public
you have a
property right there.
state issued sign.
Is that public property right there?
Where? Right there?
Yeah, right just north of us.
Could possibly be, because it's easement.
Okay.
This distinction underscored his awareness of his Fourth Amendment rights against unreasonable searches and seizures. Throughout this encounter, Lloyd remained assertive yet composed, articulating his understanding of legal boundaries and his rights as a citizen. The officers, tasked with assessing the situation, treaded a fine line between investigating a report and respecting Lloyd's constitutional rights. The legality of warrantless vehicle searches and the issue of trespassing were central to the encounter between Joshua Lloyd and the Phoenix police. The Fourth Amendment protects against unreasonable searches and seizures, but this encounter navigated the gray areas of these protections, particularly concerning vehicles and public spaces. The plain view doctrine emerged as a crucial element in the analysis of this incident.
I even turned around, I gave you the thumbs up. He comes out all hard ass. Why? What's the point? I'm not trying to catch you in anything, man. I mean, asking a simple question. Why are you going the third degree? Because I'm standing on the side of the road filming a wall and not even asking me what I'm doing. That's a hell of an investigation skill you guys got there.
This legal principle allows law enforcement to seize evidence without a warrant if it's immediately apparent as contraband or evidence of a crime, and the officer has a lawful right of access to the object. In Lloyd's case, the officer's examination of his vehicle from the outside fell under this doctrine. They did not enter the vehicle, but observed from a vantage point they were lawfully entitled to occupy. Their actions aligned with the Supreme Court's ruling in cases like Texas v. Brown, which established the legitimacy of such visual inspections without infringing on Fourth Amendment rights. Trespassing laws also played a significant role in the interaction. Lloyd asserted he was on public property, a claim crucial to determining the legality of his presence. Trespassing typically requires knowingly entering or remaining unlawfully on a property. The absence of clear signage indicating private property, combined with the presence of state-issued signs and public utilities, supported Lloyd's claim of being on public land. This distinction between public and private spaces is vital, as it influences the legitimacy of both Lloyd's activities and the police response.
I mean, would you guys like my name? I'll give you my name. You don't have to run the plate for it because my name's not on the plate.
What's your name?
My name is Josh.
Josh?
Mm-hmm.
Josh what?
Lloyd. L-L-O-Y-D.
L-L-O-Y-D?
Correct.
The conduct of Officer Philip Fortuna and his partner invites scrutiny under the lens of Fourth Amendment rights and law enforcement protocols. As Lloyd engaged in his geocaching activity, the officer's response to the call about his presence was marked by a balancing act between investigative duty and respect for individual rights. The officers, particularly Officer 8632, engaged in a dialogue with Lloyd about the legality of his presence and his vehicle. Their approach, while assertive, appeared to tread cautiously around the boundaries of Lloyd's Fourth Amendment rights, which protect against unreasonable searches and seizures. The officer's conduct during the interaction was notably focused on determining the legality of Lloyd's actions without directly infringing on his rights.
I am driving it. It's just
You're-
parked right
are you
now.
are you driving it right now?
No, it's parked.
Okay, so you're not driving.
No.
Sure. What's your name?
Joshua Lloyd.
Joshua.
Lloyd.
Josh.
Uh-huh. Lloyd.
What's your birthday, Josh?
You can also look me up on YouTube under
Okay.
You People.
I'm gonna try
He
and
looks a lot older than
Yeah, I know I do, don't I?
I'm gonna try and get a hold of the owner, see if they know where the car is. Otherwise, left heel
She'll
on the
tell you
brake.
that her son-in-law has it.
They inquired about Lloyd's vehicle and asked for his permission to conduct a search, which Lloyd declined. This respect for Lloyd's denial of consent aligns with legal protocols, acknowledging that without clear consent or probable cause, a warrantless search of the vehicle's interior would violate Fourth Amendment protections. However, the interaction also highlighted areas where law enforcement's understanding of legal boundaries could be improved. The discussion around the plain view doctrine, for instance, suggested some ambiguity in the officer's interpretation of what constitutes permissible observation versus an intrusive search. Additionally, the conversation about public versus private property indicated a need for clearer understanding and communication of property rights and boundaries.
Situation where you're waking up people and they're offended by your profanity, it can be an issue. Josh,
Out-
we're gonna do the research. We're gonna
Do
go
the
now.
research.
Have a good day.
You too.
Especially in situations involving public activities like geocaching. Following the encounter, Joshua Lloyd took the initiative to file a complaint against the officers involved, a step that underscores the significance of the incident in his perspective. This action by Lloyd highlights the importance of accountability and transparency in law enforcement, serving as a reminder that citizens have avenues to address their concerns regarding police interactions. The implications of this incident for Lloyd were multifaceted. On one hand, it reinforced his understanding and assertion of his legal rights, particularly regarding public activities and interactions with law enforcement. On the other hand,
You would need my permission to go inside the car.
No, but you just said if you want to go check if there's someone else in the car. Do I
Oh
need
yeah,
to-
yeah, yeah. Go check
No,
and
but-
you can go look
No,
in
you're
and see if
telling me go ahead. Do I need you to tell me to go ahead to do it, or can I do it on my own?
it also exposed him to the complexities and potential ambiguities of law enforcement procedures, especially concerning public versus private property demarcations and the nuances of lawful searches. For officers Philip Fortuna and his partner, the complaint filed by Lloyd likely prompted an internal review within the Phoenix Police Department. Such reviews are essential in assessing the adherence of officers to departmental protocols and legal standards, and in ensuring that officers are adequately trained to handle similar situations in the future. The incident served as an opportunity for the department to reinforce the importance of clear communication, legal knowledge, and respectful engagement with the public during routine checks and inquiries. Now Larry will share your expert opinion.
In this case, the Fourth Amendment's protection against unreasonable searches and seizures is crucial. It highlights the importance of understanding the nuances of vehicle searches and the delineation between public and private property, as demonstrated in Joshua Lloyd's encounter. The case of Joshua Lloyd is a powerful reminder of the significance of being well-versed in one's rights. It showcases the complexities of police interactions, underscoring the delicate balance between exercising individual liberties and respecting the responsibilities of law enforcement officers.